before we start, you remember when you spilled the Brussels sprouts at Walmart today?
I did. I picked up the... So, today's a new year. Here, let me...
Fix that a little bit.
Light towards you. We went to Walmart. I can't believe you started it this way.
I've been saving that, honestly.
We went to Walmart, and our Walmart is welcome 2023, new podcast of the year, baby.
Here we go.
We went to Walmart. We're like, hey, it's beautiful weather.
Oh, it's amazing.
Just 70s, great. We barbecued.
Great.
We're like, let's go to Walmart. Let's barbecue. Let's not build. Let's just enjoy the day. So we were there, and we got chicken wings, and we got okra, an onion,
and I was like, some Brussels sprouts.
I was like, what else? You're like, what about Brussels sprouts? So I grabbed the Brussels sprouts. It's got like this like purple netting.
Yeah. You picked it up.
All right.
And then literally all of them tumble out, and you just look at me and like...
They're falling on the floor. They're falling on like all the other vegetables. And a lady walks around.
You're like, I didn't do it.
I said, I didn't do that. And she has no idea what's going on. She's like, I was like, I didn't do that. And she just like laughing because she doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I spilt the Brussels sprouts. Baby, who is that?
Oh, that's work.
Oh.
Group me. Probably.
Can
Anyone want to pick up tomorrow?
I was going to say.
There's 2 pumps needed.
But who was texting you?
My friend Alexis. We're trying to get them on the pod. And then Jason did an impression of their.
Yeah,
they have like almost
a
1
newborn.
year. Yeah.
Oh, a year?
Almost 1 year. It's January something.
I guess it's born. True. At Shoot Dang Fest, they came with a stroller and had
with Cruz.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so it was an impression. Cruz, again, she's almost 1, and she's like, she's
just drinking a bottle.
Yeah, it's like, what do you think? You want to be on the podcast? And she's just like drinking her bottle and puts her hand behind it.
So I grabbed my cup.
And you're trying to do it.
Yeah.
They haven't responded yet.
That's funny. Well, I didn't expect this podcast to start this way at all.
So,
but
here we go.
We do have these gummy bears. You guys know we're on a health kick.
Yes.
These are actually delicious. They're from Tractor Supply.
It's the product of the month.
They are. I helped whoever that lady was get 2 extra check marks on her selling stuff. So we're starting 2023 together. I talked you into coming back. Yes. I appreciate you coming back.
Yes, the only reason I'm here is you talked me into it.
Yeah, so I appreciate that.
No. It was just more like I was working.
I do want a gummy bear.
They're good.
It just doesn't sound very good in the ears.
It's okay.
In that, but these are delicious.
It's okay. We'll just kind of get them towards the front. There we go.
But yeah.
Yeah, I've been working. My mom came into town.
Yeah.
And I am doing a new thing where I'm spending, so I work night shift, and instead of that morning when I get off night shift, I normally come straight out here.
Yeah.
I'm taking a nap at least, maybe sleeping the day.
Before coming out?
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And the day before. So you work tomorrow.
Yeah, I do work tomorrow night.
But originally, you weren't planning on staying tonight.
Yeah. The new thing, that's also what I'm doing is, so if I work the night before, I'm not leaving that morning. Because normally when I leave in the morning too, like I go home, I try to sleep, I just still don't sleep.
Yeah.
So I'm just up that whole time and then have to go to work. It does make a difference leaving the day before work and try to adjust to that new schedule.
Well, and then sometimes, like we'll wake up, we'll do coffee to Crockers, and you're like, no, I'm not going to drink coffee. And then you'll be like, yeah, I'm going to drink coffee.
Yeah, it's just like when you wake up, you just want to drink coffee.
Yeah, I had that craving bad.
Yeah, I don't know, you just have to, so.
Yeah, so that's why she hasn't been in the videos as much often.
Yes.
It's nothing to do with our relationship, has nothing to do with anything out here.
If anything, it just makes the relationship better because I'm not.
Because then she's getting sleep.
Yeah, I'm not sleep deprived.
Yeah.
Just more so taking care of myself a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because we both have through being out here, everything, the goals, the dreams, everything.
But it's still brutal.
Yeah, you have to sacrifice it. That is something 1,000% you have to do. But then it comes to a point where it's like, I've been doing this for a very long time. where it's just, again, just running
Yeah.
on empty. It's like at some point I gotta take care of myself a little bit and just sleep.
And just to be, I want to clarify this. I've told you for a long time.
That's been a constant thing. You're
just to clarify, I've told you from the get-go. I said, never feel obligated, never feel like you need to do this.
I mean, you would even like try to be like, listen, like I can tell you're struggling.
Yeah.
I know, like I see it, you're stressed, all this stuff. Like just stay, sleep, and I don't know. There's just something in me where it's very hard for me to just.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which I respect. I respect that, and I want this to be. I'm glad we did not expect to talk about this.
Yeah, no idea what we're talking about.
I'm glad that we are talking about this, because anyone out there that has anything to say, I don't force you to do videos. I don't force you to come out here. I actually tell you not to come out here. I love her to death, and I want to be around her. But at the end of the day, it is. Like, people will literally say, where is she? And I'm like, I think you forget that she's a nurse and she's either working or sleeping.
Yeah. And again, like night shift.
And just on top, no matter what the job is, just night shift on top of that.
In the ICU, it's a lot.
Yeah. I would personally never do that job. There's no amount of money. Like, I do feel like, and again, this is not going to be the topic of the episode or anything, but like I do feel like I couldn't handle a job like that. I feel very mentally good, and I feel like I'm really good at like cutting certain feelings off and stuff, but like that type of job, that's a special person.
Yeah. I mean, you just at the beginning, because again, I worked in oncology. And we've talked about this at the beginning. I was very emotional. 100%. I was.
Baby, you're never emotional.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know. You just kind of learn how to. Yeah. I don't know, distance and cut that off a little bit.
Yeah, but, I guess I do have a question. We were talking about like your friend Alexis and stuff, texting and stuff, but like she's such a sweet, good person. Like, how come you're the way you are?
Listen,
because you met me.
That's what all the time they're like, wow, Jason just really grounded you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, back to it is 100%. Oh, she did.
I was about to say, I saw your phone light up.
Yeah. Jason has never, you've been more than anything, more so like me, relaxing. You pushed that more than anything. But there's just something in me where it's very hard to accept that. It's very hard to step back. And what is like wild too, and I never really realized this, like while I'm at work until people pointed it out. There was all the time they're like, why are you still here? Like, why are you like you don't need to be here.
That nurse money, baby.
Like all the time. Then they're like, but at the same rate, I don't see you not just working.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't take a break when I'm at work. I'm constantly moving for the full 12, 13 hours.
Yeah.
And I guess I never really realized that, but everybody's like pointing it out now. I'm like,
just a different mindset when you're there. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what she did.
But yeah.
Oh, she had no response. Cruz had no response to your impression.
But like with all that and everything, like, I don't know, again, this is not what we were planning on talking about or anything, but who cares? We talk about whatever. I really do try to make it a point to where like, I know from the get-go for everyone out there, and I think we've kind of touched on it a little bit of like doing YouTube and whatever, but like, I know this is not your job. Mm-hmm. I know this is not what you signed up for. You do it because of me.
Yeah.
You would never do YouTube if it wasn't for me and stuff like that. But like, I see those things where like, I tell you all the time, like, don't feel obligated to come down here. Don't feel like you need to do a video. Don't feel like but when you do, it's like, I see it and I appreciate it and stuff. It's just more so of like, I could see it get to the point where it's causing a problem. Mm-hmm. Not like a bad problem or anything like that.
You see me like stressing, I guess.
I see you're wearing yourself thin. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I tell you all the time is like, nursing is your number one. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm your number one.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. But more so when it comes to a career, nursing is your number one. Mm-hmm. I tell you all the time, you can either go back full time or you can quit your job. Whatever you decide, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But if you're nursing, even if it's 1 day a week or every day, that's your priority.
Yeah.
And when you spend that time to come out here and do these things, I see that. And we've had to, just to get 100% honest with you guys, we've had to learn, and this is just being truthful.
Yeah.
You know, like Cynthia would say.
Gotta be truthful.
Gotta be truthful. We've battled, and in a good way, and I feel like we're at a point now where we've got it figured out. You felt like you were obligated to be here to do videos or whatever it may be.
Not just from my own self.
No, yeah, that's what, yeah. And then I felt like I had to try to push you to not feel obligated, and we would be fighting each other on it.
Yeah, it's like...
Not in a bad way, just more so I would be like, you don't need to do that. And you're like, no, I need to do it. And it wouldn't cause problems, but it would cause...
something.
Whatever you want. I don't know what it is. It wasn't a good thing, but it wasn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
It was just more so of like, you felt one way, I felt the other, but now I feel like, and this is the cool thing, and this is me, again, we're just who we are, we're honest, we say stuff, we've talked a lot, and I feel like we've been together for almost 2 years. Pretty somewhere. I don't know when the exact date, but
I don't know. I just know.
I know we dated for a while, and then we just said, hey, May 5th. Is our
because it's
our official.
We're like Cinco de Mayo. That way we don't forget.
Yeah, so we know that part of it, but I don't remember when we first actually started talking.
No idea.
And all that. But we've been together roughly 2 years, and it took us 2 years to truly figure this out as far as like this lifestyle. I mean, again, we're learning. This is new.
I mean, every day is like a learning thing.
Yeah, but I feel like we've learned and we've talked and all that stuff. Whatever happened in the past was the past. Whatever happened now is now. Let's live in the present because every day is a gift.
You had that one queued up.
Do you want to tell them about the reality of that one?
So, I'm getting that pain. Oh.
Gosh, she's down.
I'm down. Okay.
Danielle goes down during...
If you guys don't know, like I had Bell's palsy.
Yeah.
And then every now and then I still get bad nerve pain.
I laugh about it, but really and truly, like that terrifies me.
It hurts so
like
bad.
That really is a scary moment, but I try to like laugh about
You're
it.
Like, please face work.
Yeah. Baby, I started dating you when your face was messed up and in the hopes that you'd be okay.
And it's still there a little bit.
Yeah. Barley, hey,
what are you doing?
Go that way.
Go.
There's just too many wires that way. Oh, yeah. I'll say this. I feel like there's probably a lot of new people, and this was something that kind of like was crazy to me. You might hear little footsteps.
Yeah.
Barley we're letting him walk around the room right now. He's calm. He's doing good.
Yeah.
We're not gonna
like a bull right now. There you go. Good boy.
Which Lucy is right under the table. They're doing good, so they're not in trouble. Nothing like that. But okay. Where was I going with this?
I don't know.
Dang it. I wish we could rewind real quick.
I don't know.
I got distracted with the dogs. It was something to do. I don't remember.
I will go back to like the obligation thing with work and being out here. Yeah, there you go.
These are so good. Are you okay? What? Are you okay?
Oh, this is going to be a great podcast. I am sorry.
Oh, I know what I was saying.
Okay.
Whenever we first started dating, there's a lot of new people here, and I don't think they know this.
Oh.
And it's nothing bad or anything like that. It's just what happened. When we first started dating, you got Bell's palsy.
Yeah.
For the second time in your life.
Yeah, so because I know everybody's gonna be like, she got the jab, that's what caused it. Okay.
It did, but that's not what we're going.
Listen. So
look at Bob. He's looking at that cow. He always has to have his freaking camera, Tom.
I know, Barley. Get
out of here!
If you haven't noticed, he's got to be in every picture and every video.
Yeah, he's the complete opposite of you.
Yes, but so I first got Bell's palsy when I was in 8th grade.
Was it 8th grade?
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I think it was a little bit younger. But
yeah, I was in 8th grade, and it just happens like when you're stressed out or whatever in your body, like you have a virus and it overfights it and it causes nerve damage. And there's also a small part that is hereditary, and another even from that smaller part where it's a reoccurrence. Ow.
This is interesting. You guys are seeing it firsthand.
Okay, it's bad right now. But so I had mono at the same time.
Mono?
Yeah. Virus. So my body.
What exactly? I want to say maybe I've had mono, but what is that again?
It's just like a virus.
But like, what does it do to you?
It just makes you feel like you're tired. Is the biggest thing. Like you're sick for like a month long, and you're just worn down.
Well, I remember in high school, my friend got mono, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was.
So I just happened to have that at the same time. But my dad had Bell's palsy as well, so there's like that hereditary thing in it.
So it's more on your dad's side than your mom's side.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a small chance where, I had that hereditary part of it, and then also the even smaller where it's a reoccurrence. So little things.
So your dad only had it once?
Yeah. So little things that can cause it again, literally like cold in my ear.
Well, even
can trigger it.
I don't want to say too much, but like pew-pews, the loud. Oh, yeah. No, it was, we were working on the room in the shop and the nail gun.
The loudness, that's another thing. Is like when it's too loud in your ear, that can trigger it. You're like noise sensitive, especially when you have it. That one side is very sensitive to noise.
I had no idea about any of this. Yeah. Very ignorant to it.
It's weird because like I'll still have that on this side again, like that nerve pain so bad just every now and then. It's like I don't know. So yeah, that's how my friends say too that they know from the get-go it was real. Because they're like, Jason's first started dating you and loved you and half your face didn't work.
Yeah, our very first date, what was that place we ate burgers at? McNally's. We went there, and I remember we were talking, and you went to a bachelorette party or something. Yeah. Your friends were getting married, or your friend was getting married. And I just remember, like, I was like,
send me a picture.
Send me a picture. And I've seen you on Facebook. That's how we met. We met on Facebook and stuff. And I was like, send me a picture. And you're like, no. And I'm like,
I like literally like I can't smile.
Yeah, I was like
half my face was.
I was like, I don't care. Like, I just want to see who you are. Like, we've been texting. When we started we started texting and stuff. But then when we took a little break. And when I say we, you did. And then I text you again. And I was at the off-grid property in my micro tiny house. It was freezing. I'm in my 0 way to sleeping bag. And I just remember being so cold in there. And I'm texting you.
You're like, I need some warmth.
I need some warmth, baby. And so like, no, but I text you and you're like, no, I'm not sending you a picture. I'm like, I don't care. Like I already like you at this point. We've talked enough. Like I like you. Just send me a picture, and you would send me pictures from one side. Yeah.
or just like halfway covering my face.
Yeah. And she sent me this like 2-second video of you dancing on the party bus to the bachelorette party or whatever it was. And you were like in like 70s outfit or something. And I probably watched it realistically probably 50 times.
What?
Because I was looking at that face. I was like, what? But no, so you did that and stuff. And so I watched all that and I was like, you know what? When you get back, like, I don't care about the Bell's palsy. Like, I felt like the talk was real. I felt like there was some kind of chemistry there.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to go on a date with you. So you're like, no. I was like, I don't care.
I don't think you understand.
Yeah, you're like
I can't blink one of my eyes.
Yeah, you're like, I literally, I won't be able to kiss you or nothing. And I was like, I don't care. I just want to hang out with you. And so we did, and you had Bell's palsy.
Yeah.
And I remember I showed up at your house, which was not a good call, but we did it anyways.
Yeah. Everybody was like, just don't meet up at the house. So 10 out of 10 don't recommend, but it worked out.
I was on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like you could have called me out instantly. Like my life's already out there to everybody. Yeah, and I already knew, like, on my side of things, like, I'm not gonna do anything crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm too nervous to even like try to kiss you. Like, I'm like, whatever. So we go on a date and we go to the place. We ate burgers and stuff. You're like trying to like drink without it like dripping out of your mouth.
Drips out of my mouth. I'm like, ew.
Yeah. I'm like, can she kiss me or not?
I told you from the get go.
Yeah. So we're doing that, but like it was great. And I'm like, what do you want to do? And I was shifting gears wrong in my Jeep, and then we went to. What's the arcade place?
Oh, I don't even remember. It's just the place in Tulsa.
Yeah, it's a bar with like old arcade games. They have
Yeah.
like pinball and stuff, and so we do that, and we're having a blast and all of that. And I don't know, it just like I just knew it's like even if the Bell's palsy never goes away, like I was at the point where I was willing to settle. And
Yeah. So you were living in the woods.
yeah, I just needed some interaction.
Yeah, I just needed some like human, like a woman interaction.
Yeah, just
so
some type of heat next to me.
Yeah,
like something.
just something. So here we are now.
Yeah.
60 acres later.
Yeah.
Like
No.
5 more channels.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But seriously, like I really felt some type of connection through messaging and stuff, and I was like, you know what, like not that the like nursing of a job was like a thing that I was like, clearly I'm impressed. You have an education, you have stuff like that, but it was more so like you literally knew what you wanted. Mm-hmm. And you can't just become a nurse nilly-willy. Like you
Willy-nilly?
Willy-nilly.
Nilly-willy.
Yeah. But you can't just become a nurse.
Yeah.
It's something you have to go for. That's a good one, baby. You have to like really try and go for it.
Yeah. And then even like working in it for so long. So I've worked at the hospital.
At that point, it was like 6 years that you're into it.
Yeah, because I've been there for 8 years.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
To be in that field for that long, it's definitely like a calling, or I don't know. It takes a certain person to work in medical field.
I don't think someone that like, yeah, you have to have, there's something in you to do it that long. And again,
a messed upness is really what it is.
That's, yeah, I needed a nurse in my life. Someone that was willing to know like screwed up crap.
Yeah, just to be screwed up themselves. Yeah.
But like, I've never, ever even seen, there's something on Netflix or something, you're like, you want to watch this? It kind of like, shows you what it's like in the ICU or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, like we put it on for 2 seconds, you're like, I don't
think I want to handle that. Like watching families fall apart in the ICU because of like bad things, like no, I can't watch that. Now, again, I understand why y'all do it and I understand all that stuff, but I have never been around anyone, Tom and Rhonda, but not to the extent of like, they've told me stuff, but not to the extent where like every day I see the reality of it.
Yeah.
And first off, I've never dated a nurse.
Shout out to anybody who
just that alone.
Honestly, this is one thing I don't. Everybody's like, yeah, nurses are the best. It takes a certain person. But no, what it takes is a certain person to date a nurse, honestly. For one, to keep up with our schedule and deal with, like, our aftermath of even just us dealing with our schedule in general.
I'm the real hero here.
Yeah. Wait.
There you go.
Why is the crickets?
I don't know. I'll never understand the crickets. There you go. Nope.
No. It's
just let it play out.
Hang on, guys. It's happening.
That one's messed up.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Man, these gummy bears are good.
They are really good. But yeah, I want, if y'all have dated a nurse, anybody out here or whatever, just comment down below. Like, it truly is a struggle. I don't know. It's different. Our lives are completely different. It's wild. Even before, like, we got together, I was, you're representing right now.
I am.
A couple people that I was like dating before, they couldn't handle it. Like, whoa.
You had other guys in your life?
Yes. Believe it or not.
I'm done.
Yeah. Like a lot of people are like, I can't, like, I hate your schedule. I'm like, okay.
And I to an extent on that thing, and again, we were not expecting, I had a whole nother topic in my head what we were going to talk about. Yeah. But the fact that like, people out, and to me, I know very few nurses, very few. Like Tom and Rhonda, I knew a person when I worked at a dog place that bringing their dog in that was a nurse.
Yeah,
and I've known you. Like, there's just very few people that I know, and I want to give this as a shout out episode to nurses. Get over yourself. No, but seriously, again, we did not expect to talk about this, but I don't know, and this is the honest truth, and I think you would agree with this, just because you've dated other people and stuff like that. I don't know if I could have handled it if I didn't do YouTube. No, well, I love you too.
If you didn't love me, I don't know if you could handle it.
I mean, I love you too. But to get to that point where I could, I mean, I loved you before I even met you. But we're not going to get into that. The fact that I do YouTube and my schedule is very open. But here's the thing too, and I'll get into this in just a second. The fact that my schedule is very open, it allows me to like schedule that. Mm-hmm. If I had a normal 9 to 5, I never would have seen you.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker that a lot of people probably don't know. And this is, again, we're just being real. We have nothing to hide. We're just telling how it is. Mm-hmm. When I first started dating you, and I think anyone that's watched for a while would, maybe it'll click. I wasn't pumping out videos when I first met you because the only time I can hang out with you is during the day.
Yeah.
If you're working at night, I had to drive an hour and a half to come be with you, so I wasn't working during the day.
And I was just like working all the time. Like that's because that was just
we were complete opposites.
Yeah, like that's all. Like I just worked. Yeah. That was my life. Like I just worked.
Minimum
and I worked
5
overtime.
days a week.
Yeah, like
minimum.
I would always do overtime.
Yeah.
Always. It's just again, like it's just something I have to do. Like you just get in the grind and just go. So I was just always working in town, and then so you would just come on my days off.
And I would drive into town. It was roughly an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. And I would drive and I wouldn't work all day because I'd be like, I'm just going to go see you, all this stuff. And so I would come out and I was only putting out like a video once a week or something. And that kind of was a little bit of a hinder on the relationship. You were like, man, I thought you would have that drive to like put the videos out and work and stuff like that. But I was like, but if I work, I won't see you. Mm-hmm. It was a very weird spot in our relationship.
I feel like I guess depends on the person, and you're like this as well. It's just
there's looking.
No, just something about like that attractiveness and that I don't know
the hard work.
Yeah, and again, money, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah,
it's just
we live off that nurse money, baby.
Just seeing, whenever you see somebody just putting in that drive and that effort just to work, you're like, again. Doesn't matter what the income is, just that drive in itself. Yeah,
the money's not the thing. It's the work ethic.
Yes. Yeah. Again, that's the work ethic. When you see that in somebody, like, that is the most attractive thing ever. So then at first it was like, because you weren't working a lot. And I was like.
You're like, wow, this guy's a loser.
I was like, well.
Yeah. But in my eyes, I was like, but if I'm working, I can't see you and I really want to see you. It was a very weird time. Because again, like I know I have that work ethic and I know I've sacrificed everything to get where I'm at. Yeah. Literally everything, like family, like it when it came down to like everything, like it came to a point where like I've lost everything. Literally. Like I've lost everything.
I don't think you've
not because of YouTube, but because I'm just saying, like I've lost everything through the last few years. Is like I guess what I'm talking about, not just YouTube, but I guess that's a bad example.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you lost family due to your drive for YouTube.
I just meant I guess in my what I was saying was like over the last few years I've lost everything. But it was a point to where it was almost a problem in our relationship. To where I wasn't putting in that work. I wasn't putting in the effort. Where you're like, I don't want to be with a loser.
Yeah, and you were like,
not that you told me that at the moment.
Yeah, and then even like being out here. Yeah, and you're like, it's okay. Like we're doing okay. Like it's fine. And I was like,
yeah, it's not the money.
That's not that. Yeah. It's just like you just want to see that drive back. There's that spark where it's just like, ooh.
And I really and so again. This podcast is just being open and honest with everything, but it's like, and that's what, I don't know. This is why I like the podcast. We can actually open up and talk about stuff. And it makes sense. And I think anyone that's watched it, this makes sense. So there was a time where I didn't work as hard, but because you would work and I would work, but then when you come out here, I'd be like, I want to be with you. I want to do stuff with you.
And then in my head, too, like I have back to what we were talking about at the very beginning. Yeah. Is where like I feel obligated or whatever. Like I have a very hard time, even where my friends have had to sit me down and talk about it, like to even go and have fun. Like I have a very hard time to separate between like working and like hanging out, just letting go, just let go of work and just go. Like I cannot separate the two. It is so hard in my brain. So what you were saying is like I would come out and I would get mad. I'd be like,
that we're not working.
But you're just like, I just want to hang out because we don't hang out.
But then I would get upset. I'm like, I want to hang out and not work.
Yeah. And I'm like, I am here. Let's do this. Let's work. We need to do this.
But I'm like, no, I want to hang out. Like,
Again,
I haven't seen you. You've been at work.
Yeah. There's just something in my head. And I truly, like, I think it's a part of like the ADD where it's like, I can't separate. Like, I cannot separate when there's all these tasks and it just like weighs on you.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to get outside of that and even like organize time or whatever to just kick back.
Yeah.
It's so hard. And that's why too, like, I mean, I don't hang out with my friends that much anymore. Not because, you know, I don't, contrary to popular belief, not like because you're making me or whatever. It's just like I cannot figure out in my head how to make time between my work as a nurse, my work out here, and being at like just taking care of everything. And
it's not like we're down the street from the house or your friends.
Yeah,
we're out of the way a little bit.
It's just like in my head, I cannot separate it.
Yeah.
And it's very, very hard for me.
Yeah.
So we would get like, would be like a tiff. I would be very frustrated when I come out here and we wouldn't work. I'm like, Jason, we need to do this. And you're like,
no, I want to hang out with you.
Yeah, I'm like, but, and then at the end of the day too, like I respect the fact that like you want to spend time with me.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, what's most important is me and you. And having that time together, that's so important. Yeah. But I just like.
But at the end of the day, if we're not putting in work and we're not like going for our goals and dreams, then it's like, what's going on? And here's the thing too, is like, I feel like as of recently, we've kind of figured it out. And I told you, I said, I'm okay with you not being here. Mm-hmm. I get more work done when you're not here.
Well, you've been telling me that for a long time, but I was like, no, I have to do it. I have to do it. But it's just more so me.
Well, no,
coming in terms with like, okay, I need to take care of myself. At the end of the day.
And I think here's the thing too, and again, we're very open and honest with all this type of stuff, and maybe, again, I don't know. I say this all the time. Even if this helps one person, maybe there's a relationship out there that is going through this. Maybe we could be the example, and maybe they can learn from it. But it's like there was a time, like I think. Up until recently, we've really figured it out. Like, really, truly dialed it in. We've talked. We do. If y'all were a fly on the wall, we do a lot of talking, and we talk about a lot and discuss a lot, and see your point of view, my point of view, like all this type of stuff, and like we finally figured it out. But I was like, I want to spend time with you. Don't worry about it. The money's fine. We're good. And you're like, no, but I want to see you work. I'm like, no, but trust me, the money's fine. No, but I want to see you. No, trust me. Like we're saying the same thing, but in different ways.
Yeah.
And I think maybe someone out there may be going through the same thing to where like y'all both want the same thing, but you're seeing it in different perspectives.
Different perspectives, and not really taking the time to like listen to the other person. Yeah. Like,
don't even. I listen to you all the time. What do you talk? Like, everyone knows that watches this podcast. I don't talk. I just listen.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I meant both of us.
I know. I was just gonna say like I know my faults, and I watch the podcast. I'm the one that edits these things, and I'm like, you never talk. Yeah. I always talk over you, and that's something that literally, and again, we've talked about this and stuff. I have big goals.
Why?
I don't understand this.
We're not touching it.
I want a refund. Yeah. My big goal, like we've talked a lot about stuff, but like we have big goals and stuff, and like it's not that I don't want to listen. It's not that I don't want you to have a voice. It's not that I don't want these certain things. It's just my brain. If I have something that pops in my head, I have to say it. Yeah. Because I'll forget it. And I've just been trained in my head, just say it. Yeah. Just say it. Just say it.
Or it's gone and you won't get to say it or whatever.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like when my buddy Brandon was up here, I think I told him, I said, there's a problem with me like listening and not talking all the time. I should have told him that. Because I see that. I don't see it in the moment. Yeah. But I see it when I edit. Oh, and so, but in the moment, I just can't. I can't think of that. I have to really dial it in. But I told him, I said, man, I really feel like that was a good episode. I feel like I listened. I feel like I like didn't talk as much and I listened. But it takes me like seeing it and stuff. And that's the stuff that we've talked about, me and you before. And it's like, it's a very hard thing to change something that you don't know you're doing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I remember having a conversation with a family member, and I was just like...
You want to talk about who it was or anything?
No.
I'm just joking.
I was just saying, like, here's the thing. Like, if I don't know I'm doing wrong, like, and I just think this is normal, and from my point of view, it's not wrong or anything. Like, I truly, my intentions are good, everything like that. How do I know I'm wrong unless it's talked about to me?
Yeah.
It's just like that. Like, how do you know unless it's brought up to you or you see it yourself or what? Again, that's one thing about YouTube. You can watch back. Oh, your back hurt?
I'm getting old.
Yeah, that's one thing about like YouTube. You can watch back and kind of see like, I was talking over.
That is the weird thing about being on camera.
Yeah. Or it just does even more so. You watch it again, you're like, I don't know how you took it this way.
Yeah.
But either way, I don't know. There's just like one thing. It's you don't know you're in the wrong or anything like that, or until someone points it out to you or until someone sees it. But the difference is having that open mind.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's like, there's so many, everybody knows, you can be stubborn or whatever. It's just, you have to know yourself and be comfortable with yourself to admit, oh, okay, yeah, that is something that I've done wrong.
Yeah. And the reality of it is again, everyone knows that's been watching for a while, especially over the last year being out here and stuff, like some shit's gone down. And the reality is sometimes like when I edit, I'm like, I didn't know it sounded like that. I didn't know I said that. I didn't know that things were like that or whatever. And, there's certain things, again, that you've said that you're like, if there was a camera and I filmed you, you don't understand the way you say things.
Yeah.
And the reality is I don't.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have the right heart and I feel like I have the right, like, meaning behind it. Just sometimes it doesn't come off that way.
Yeah, exactly. And that's being your life, being on the internet, there's major pros and cons to it. And one of it is be able to have like that self-reflection. Yeah. Honestly, is be able to see and like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even too, like another thing too, like because of YouTube, on our end, it's video, but on y'all's end, it's comments. It's very easy if me and you text, we're not really sure what the context is. Oh. Or anybody, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like anybody texting, you don't know what the context is. So when someone leaves a comment and I'm like, what?
People's like, whoa.
And they're like, whoa, I didn't mean it that way. But if that's the way you think about me, then maybe I don't want to be subscribed to you.
It's like, oh, okay.
But it's like, you never know.
There's just so much room for misinterpretation in the world.
A lot.
And even like face to face, there's room for misinterpretation.
And that's what's
wild.
I love social media because we make a living off of it. And thank God that we're able to, we clearly used to have a nursing job and stuff. But other than that, we are very fortunate to do what we do. We make $1 million an episode on these podcasts. Just a podcast alone.
Podcast alone, I can quit my gun.
We're billionaires, and so that's why we can buy these gummy bears like no problem, whatever. But
Tractor Supply, project them up.
Yeah, $5 for 2 of them.
Yeah,
didn't even hesitate. I just said swap the card. I don't even care what the price is.
That's because of this podcast.
Yeah, humor, people. But you just. It's tough. And again, like, I don't want to harp on it or anything, stuff like that. But like, I've had issues with family. I've had issues with stuff going on, outside of my family with other stuff and things like that. Like, everyone has issues with certain things. I was
going to say is like, at the end of the day, I feel like everybody has issues with.
But the difference is the majority of my life is in video. And or through text or through something that is like, you can literally look at it. And I'm very glad sometimes that I'm like, got proof.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is right, and here's a proof. And sometimes...
Or what you're saying is a lie, and here's proof.
Yeah, but sometimes when you have to look at it, and you have to like realize, dang, I said it that way. In my head, it didn't seem that way. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
A tough pill to swallow.
Like, I mean, because that's how it is. Again, it could be face to face or whatever. Yeah. It's depending on who you're talking to. You got to know, like, how your intentions wording, like, one thing this way or this way. It means the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like, if I say something like this versus like this, to me, it says the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But maybe, like, to you, if I say it this way, that's a effed up way to say things. Yeah. And it's going to start a fight. And I'm like, oh, so it just... I don't know, you kind of learn whoever you're dealing with, whether it be, you know, again, relationship or friendship or whatever. Yeah. You learn, I got to word things this way or this way just as time goes on. But the common thing is with that person, you have to be able to talk. You have to be able to communicate in the fact that, like, oh, when you say it like this, it means this to me. Yeah. And you have to be able to, like, understand that person, even though in your head you can be like, that's stupid. Like, I didn't mean it like that. But it's just, like, enough respect for that person or whoever, whatever. Just be like, no, I don't know. The biggest thing in life, I feel like, is communication.
And unfortunately, this is the crazy thing. We live in a world where communication is easy.
Mm-hmm. It's the worst way.
But yeah, in the way of we're connected to everybody.
Oh, from, like, again, people that are watching. There's people from Australia.
Yeah.
We got Iceland. We got, you know.
But the translation is the problem. Yeah. And that's the thing is there's certain things, and again, we're very open and honest about this. There's things that I say to you that you're like, what? And I'm like, no, I didn't mean it that way. There's things you say to me, and I'm like, and you're like, no, I didn't mean it that way. Yeah. And it's the same thing in comments. Sometimes I'll comment back to y'all and I'm like, what? You don't like the way? And they're like, no, I didn't mean it that way. But now that you're saying that, I don't like you, blah, blah, blah. There's miscommunication. But here's the thing. I feel like from what my analytics says, we're all adults here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We are all, there is what? Like
the 18 to 21 is like 0.00001. We're like 65 and older here, folks.
So we're all adults.
We're adults. Yeah. Like, let's be adults. Mm-hmm. And that's the hardest thing is to know that you're an adult and you need to act like an adult. And here's the thing too. And again, we never thought we were going to talk about all this stuff. But the reality is I don't care. I'm willing to open up. I'm willing to be real, and I'm willing to be vulnerable or whatever it may be to put it out there because I may look like a fool. I may look stupid. I may say things. I look good. I know that. I look good in blue.
You do.
But the thing is like there's things that have come out of my mouth or texting or whatever, typing or whatever that I may not mean it a certain way, but if you take it a certain way, my first reaction is like, I don't care what you think.
Yeah, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. So you took it that way. That's your problem.
Yeah.
And whether that's you or with someone, a random person or whoever, like not just specifically at someone, but I'm like, that's your problem. Deal with it. Mm-hmm. But as an adult, like, and again, I hope this means something to somebody. Even again, if it's just one person out there.
Take that time to be
reflect.
Literally, yeah.
And I'm the last person to ever say this.
Yeah. I mean,
literally.
That's what I was saying too. I mean, that's exactly what I was saying was just that, like, because I get that same way. There's just something about that
about that green gummy bear.
It's the white one. That's the best. The clear one. I don't remember what flavor that is.
That green one hidden.
There's just something that's, I don't know if it's stubbornness or whatever.
For me,
I was like,
it is.
I'm very guilty of that. Yeah. And that's
no, baby, you're not.
Just like, but this is how I meant it. So
yeah,
like how like you're stupid for taking it a different way.
Yeah,
it's just almost like that. I don't want to say like you're stupid for taking it, but it's like, okay, but listen to me. Like,
look, I know how I meant it. You're dumb for thinking that way.
Yeah, and it is very hard to be like, okay, but no, I didn't mean it that way. So that's on you. Exactly what you were saying.
Baby, Barney's asleep right here on the floor. I didn't even know he was next to me the whole time.
That's rare.
He's asleep right next to me on the floor.
Oh my God, he's passed out.
And then Lucy's right here.
Wow, you'd never see Barley asleep.
Yeah, no. But the reality is, and again, I really hope this means something to somebody watching.
Yeah,
again, we don't get 1 million views. We don't get 1 million subs on this channel or nothing like that. But
just like take that, like truly, and just watch and see how different it makes. And then at the end of the day, too, it also does depend on the person you're dealing with. Because you can, again, like that conversation that I had too, you can sit and say, again, this is not what I meant, this and that, like, and they can just still harp and harp.
The other person has
you.
to be open to it.
Yeah, exactly. They have to be open to like both parties have to be opening to understanding.
Yeah.
That there's room for misinterpretation for anything in life.
There's a lot of room.
Again, it's not even just through comments, or it could be face to face misinterpretation. Like it's wild. But if both parties or whatever can actually talk and with an open mind and listen and just understand that, like, okay, both sides was very misheard. Whoa. Okay, now that we know, like, I took it this way, you took it this way, that's not how it was.
Yeah.
We can move on now. Like, what is the point? What is the point after that conversation to keep fighting? Yeah. If both people can be like that. Yeah. Literally, I feel like I just challenge the people, just try any misunderstanding or whatever. Just try to like sit back and have an open mind and just that be able to talk to people, have communication, and see how much it changes. Yeah. And reflect on yourself, and then the other person. Again, it only goes so far. Yeah. And
what's crazy is like, me and you are pretty hard-headed people. Yeah. Like, we're very hard-headed people. Yeah. I don't know how we made it this long.
Well, I think it's the fact that we both, like, understand.
Well, yeah.
We both understand each other so much, and the fact that, I don't know, because we are very similar in that mindset. Well, yeah.
And, again, for anyone that's new or whatever that may not know too much of our history, from the beginning of our relationship, I told you, I said, I don't want to deal with BS. Yeah. I don't want to deal with stupid stuff. If you have a problem, say it. Mm-hmm. If there's anything you want, say it. If there's let's just be open and honest. Yeah. Let's put it out there. And honestly, I think that's why your relationship is so strong.
Well, I think we both have learned.
Are you about to crack a new one?
No, I was just turning it. Oh. But almost. But I think too, though, like we both went through some toxic stuff. Yeah. Not saying. Yeah, both. There can be a toxic situation where both parties are not good. Yeah. So before I get attacked there. Yeah. We both went through stuff that wasn't good, but at the end of the day, when you go through,
you learn
bad things. You learn, and more so, like you learn about yourself. You learn how to be better, how to handle things better. I don't know, and just like what you're going to deal with and what you're not going to deal with.
Yeah, and that was literally our conversation from the beginning. Was
just like, listen,
look, this is what I'll deal with. This is what I won't deal with. Let's put it out there in the beginning. If there's ever an issue, just say it. Yeah. And I truly feel like that's why we're at where we're at. Yeah. And yes, just like every relationship, we argue.
Yeah. We have our dilemmas.
We have our stuff. But at the end of the day, no matter what it is, we talk it out. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a rare thing.
Yeah, no matter, like, this is the thing. If two of the most stubborn people in the world can talk it out. What do you
know? We're not.
Can talk it out.
We probably are the most stubborn people ever. We both are
very stubborn, but at the same time, we both are people that do reflect on ourselves. Yeah. We are both very stubborn, but we both are constantly trying to work on ourselves and better ourselves. And I think that is what makes the difference. Yeah. I'm not saying, like, oh, we're awesome. Like, no. The fact that we constantly do have to work on ourselves just shows that we are not perfect.
Maybe.
I mean, you look perfect.
You're pretty perfect.
But, so, I don't know. Again, the fact that we are, like, we do constantly work on things, but we are both stubborn. It's like a weird thing. Yeah. But I think because of that is what makes it work. And because it just shows stubborn people, if you're out there, just try a little bit. Just try to understand. Yeah. Really.
And I'm the last person to want to try with certain things, you know, and what? Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, it makes you stronger. It makes you better. And here's the thing that, like, it really gets under my skin. and we'll end it on this. I'm sure we're about 15 minutes in.
Oh, wow. Time is a flying.
Yeah, like this gets under my skin more than anything. And
weakness.
What?
Weakness?
That too, but
yeah.
We've recently talked about this just with, we had a crazy last year. Mm-hmm. But I'm a big person in I don't need to hear about the past.
Yeah.
You don't need to bring the past up, whether it's you or anyone else.
Or it's just like even stuff that we've gone through. Like, we've already dealt with that. Don't bring it up.
Yeah. We've done it. Shut up.
Yeah, like we've already dealt with that.
What's the issue right now?
Exactly.
Why are we bringing up the past?
There's no need to.
And I'm a big believer in the past is the past. We live for today. Mm-hmm. Every day is a gift. The present. That's an inside joke. But
every day is a gift. So unwrap
the present.
Is that what it is?
I don't remember what it is.
Dang.
I wrote the best monologue to a video ever.
We need the frame thing in
Where's
here.
Where's that?
It's in the
towel.
Forerunner. It's in the it's a frame.
Oh
thing.
Yeah.
It's in the Forerunner. We need to have it in here as a reminder.
But seriously, in reality, we'll end it, on this or whatever. But literally, why care about yesterday?
Yeah.
Even if you had the worst day of your entire life yesterday, if you can wake up in the morning and learn from it and move forward, why not? And this is the thing that irritates me the most, is when I put a video out, whether it's me and you together or me, and I'm like trying to be motivated, I'm trying to be positive, and people comment, and they're like, well,
2 years ago you did this.
Yeah, you did this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
I'm trying to be better.
That's how you become a better person. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that you should idolize me. I'm not saying anything like that, but it's more so of like, you know what? Like, whether you want to talk crap or not, the reality is we have a platform. Mm-hmm. We have this number, a subscriber count, a view count, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to freaking call it. There's a number of people that watch and subscribe and all this stuff. And at the end of the day, we're in the public's eye. And if we're not trying to show people to try to better themselves, if we're not trying to show people like, hey, I messed.
It just stopped.
The battery died.
And we ended on that.
It'll probably turn back on. Battery's exhausted.
Oh, is that what it says? Battery's exhausted? If you're still listening, the battery's exhausted.
Let's see if it'll turn back
on. So I don't know if this is going to be on where it's just a black screen and it's just my voice. The battery has died. Yeah. And what Jason over here was saying is he has a platform.
Yeah. All right, so we'll end this real quick, black screen, or we'll just like freeze frame the last frame.
Yeah.
We have a platform, and I feel like we have a duty. Not number 2. I feel like we have maybe an obligation or whatever you want to call it to show people you don't have to live in your problems that you had yesterday. You don't have to live in the stuff that you did wrong yesterday. If you know deep down that you can do better and you can better yourself and you can live a more positive life, who cares what happened yesterday if you can learn from it?
What I think more than anything, that shows who you are.
It's growth.
Is the fact that you see this platform and that's the message you want to spread. That means,
and I do.
But that means that's the most important thing to you.
Yeah.
That message in itself is something that you live your life to, like, to the fullest.
Yeah.
The fact that you see this number in your career and everything, and what you want to say with it is that.
Yeah.
And so that in itself shows the person you are.
And I'm not, to an extent, yes, I'm embarrassed. But I'm not embarrassed because I'm willing to put myself out there. I'm willing to be vulnerable. I'm willing to set an example, learn from my mistakes. And I have gone through everything you can possibly think of on the internet. Everything. Everyone out there has seen the rock bottom. I've lost everything, whatever you want to call it, however you want to call it. And if I can show you, hey, that happened. Don't forget it, but learn from it. And if you can learn from that and you can move forward, why are people so angry?
Right.
Why are people mad? Why can't people let that go? And at the end of the day, it's because they're not happy. They don't want to let it go. They don't want to let go of their own insecurities and problems.
Then it's like, then they need to take that message. It's like, figure it out within yourself.
Yeah.
Figure out what it is that you need to let go and figure it out. Learn from yourself. Like, again, that's your message. That's what, you want to say. Yeah.
And the fact that I'm lucky enough to wake up every day and there's a platform that I could do whatever I want on YouTube. And if I can try to turn it into something positive and something that can maybe hopefully help it, even again, one person. If I can help one person, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't care about haters. I don't care about any of that stuff. If you can help one person by putting yourself out there and being vulnerable, it's worth it.
And then also,
and that's where I'm at.
And then where I'm at is I want to know if anybody has stayed through this black screen or a screen.
It's just freeze frame, baby.
Freeze frame.
They have.
If you've stayed this long, I'm wondering, is this weird?
Yeah, do you like this?
It kind of seems weird to me.
No, it is weird.
It is weird knowing the camera's off.
Yeah, and we can't even do a next episode because I have no batteries over here.
Yeah, so it's all right.
So,
I don't know. If you've made it to the very end, I would like you to comment.
I would like you to comment, freeze frame gummy bears.
Whoa, okay, there we go.
We have gummy bears right here.
Yeah, freeze frame.
So we do appreciate you guys. This was not the episode I was expecting. I had a whole different idea in my head.
Oh, I had zero idea. I just said, I have no idea what we're talking about, and here we go.
We're not even doing an extra one because there's no battery. I didn't bring an extra battery. So we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
And it's 2023. It's a new year. Who cares what happened in the past?
Yep.
We're moving forward. We're trying to be better. We're learning from our mistakes. And hopefully someone out there learns something from this.
Challenge you guys to have an open mind and just deal with things.
No matter how wrong you were.
Yeah, have an open mind, reflect on yourself.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah. And I feel like if I can admit that, anyone can. And I fully admit that I have messed up more than probably anybody out there.
Every human messes up.
Well, yes. But mine is out there to everybody.
You probably feel that way because the fact that it does get berated and everything on the internet. I mean, you mess up just like any other human. It's not even any more. It's not any less.
It's just in video.
Yeah, it's just on the internet for people to berate.
Yeah.
So, again, we're human, but the thing is, I don't know, again, the fact that that is your message to try and, better yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, that says a lot. That says more than anything about your character. So...
I wish y'all could see the way she's looking at me right now. We're gonna have to get off here. We're gonna have to go be adults and
talk open-mindedly.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
They're thinking what is this? What are they looking at? But guys, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. I can't believe we're even in this podcast career of ours.
This is wild.
Yeah, we're closing in on 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Getting that flag.
Yeah. We really appreciate you guys. This was not the episode that I thought we were going to talk about, but I'm glad that we talked about it. And if this helped you guys at all, you don't have to go into detail. Just comment down below, hey, this episode helped. Yeah. I'd love to see that. And
definitely.
If not, comment down below. Gummy bear freeze frame.
There we go.
All right, guys.
All right.
Peace.
Let's go.
This is weird ending like this.
I know it's weird.